got a chance to see the new Keke Palmer film, One of Them Days. Let's talk about it right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. I'm your host, Frank Zenka. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. And yeah, we're going to jump into talking about One of Them Days. Before you do, remember to give me a like, give me a subscribe if you can, and share this video out there. Ring that bell, ding, ding, all that YouTube stuff. And also remember, too, that I am a writer myself. If you'd like to read anything that I have written, it's on Amazon.com. Just type my name into Amazon. You'll see a whole bunch of stuff come up, including my 4-novel series, Destiny Aurora. That was also made into a graphic novel, a board game, an RPG, and it's also on Audible, and these are all on Kindle as well. Plus my fantasy novel, Tales of Ravenor, the Iron Witch. I am working on a new novel right now called Battle for the Ruby Slippers, and I am going to be launching a new comic on Kickstarter called Fairy Tales of Terror, and the artwork on that's looking really, really good. All right, so let's jump into One of Them Days. I did not get a chance. Basically, I'm doing reviews right now of stuff is basically still in the theater, but is on streaming now. It's one of those movies that I did not get to see. There was a few of them I didn't get to see, so now as soon as they're popping up on streaming, I'm checking them out. The funny part is that I just went to the movies a few days ago, and I try to walk into all the movies and see if anybody's actually in some of the theaters. And this movie was still playing. I mean, I had stopped it at almost the exact point that I walked into the theater, and I'm like, well, I know what this one is. This is almost like some of the Ice Cube movies, like Friday, and it gave me that kind of vibe, where it's like it's about the community and things to that effect. It takes place in L.A. Shocking, what doesn't? And the funny part is that she works at Norm's, Keke's character. And I have eaten at that Norm's. In fact, most of the stuff that popped up, I had been in or around. That's for sure. But yeah, it's very interesting that they picked the Norm's. Norm's is like Denny's. It's like L.A. Denny's. So it's just like a diner. So the characters are likable. They're likable. Her name is Drew, but it was Dreux or something to that effect. And her partner in this is Za, S-Z-A. And she is not really an actress. She is a singer, because most of the stuff she's done has been music videos. Plus, the director on this is Lawrence Lamont. He has a very limited amount of directing credits, including... there was one show that Rap Shit. Yeah. So he's got a show. He's directed 4 episodes of a thing called Rap Shit. And that's going to become important here in a second. So this is written by Sarita Singleton, with a Y. And she's done a bunch of television. She's done mostly television. I assume it's a she, by the way. I don't know for a fact. She did 20 episodes of Insecure, 13 episodes of Central Park, and then 3 episodes of, guess what? Rap Shit. So this is all a little incestuous. That's obviously how they met. I don't know how they raised the funds for it, but it was, an $18 million movie. And it's done very, very well in the theater. I think they are up to about $43 million. So yeah, I just confirmed that it wasn't 18 million, it was 14 million. So it was a $14 million budget, so let me correct that. And they have made about $40 million, so it's more than broken even at this point before it even went to streaming. So it is a profitable film. And again, it gives me that Friday next Friday kind of vibe, about two friends slash roommates that are living in, a small apartment in an apartment complex where everybody kind of knows everybody, and the girls themselves are somewhat responsible, except that the Za character, which is Alyssa, ends up trusting her boyfriend with the rent money, and he ends up doing other things with it than paying the rent. So there's a clock that starts throughout the movie about them getting evicted. I don't know how legal that is to evict somebody on the day the rent is due. I don't think it works that way. I think you get, even as far as California law, you do have several days of reprieve before it could be upwards of 10, 13 days before they have the ability of evicting you. So they could definitely take the landlord to court from there. Because literally there was one guy, again, the rent was due that day, and it was like the first, and there was one guy already had all the shit out on the, on the pavement because the landlord threw him out already. I don't know how legal that is, unless the guy was, several months behind already. Then that's a whole other story. But these girls were not already behind. In fact, it even comes up to the fact that we have until midnight, technically, because he gave them originally till 6, I think, or something like that, and they put their stuff out on the lawn. So it does press, your believability of how real life works. But it's not, I don't think it's supposed to be taken seriously in the least. So it is supposed to be very cartoonish. So they are going now throughout the city trying to figure out how to make money. Because they have to make $1,500 in a period of a few hours. Plus, this is the day that she is supposed to meet with the upper echelons of Norms. She's supposed to take on her own franchise of the restaurant. It's a cute movie. It's very, very predictable. Not predictable about what the problems they come into, but predictable about, okay, they're going to go through all these little trials and tribulations. Nothing's going to work out for them until the end. And then the end, everything's just going to be okay, and all of the stars will align and everything will work out. All their hopes and dreams will become a reality. I mean, it's the tried and true version of this kind of film where, you have these down and out people, but by the end, everything is okie dokie hokey dory. Also, so Keke Palmer, I was not really a fan of Za's acting. I mean, her acting's okay, but she came off fake, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it was the way that her mannerisms are or whatever, but in comparison to Keke Palmer, there is no comparison. I feel like Keke Palmer almost carried her. I think Keke Palmer is very, very not only likable, she has a very down-to-earth way of playing roles, where it feels very organic, and she's kind of cute, and on top of that, you can see the wheels turning behind the eyes, so she pulls that off pretty well, and you end up rooting for her. Now, if it was just Alyssa, I don't think I would have rooted for them as much. So Keke's able to exude this kind of energy through her character, to where it's a vulnerable character, but that still has that high energy, and that makes her extremely likable and makes her a character to root for. And she's gotten a lot of work over the past few years, and rightfully so. She does a lot of voiceover work. She was in the Nope movie that I never really saw. I just didn't. If I was going to see it, it was because of her and not because of anything else. The premise didn't really do it for me. So she was in Berlin Station, and one of the things that I constantly saw her in was Scream Queens. She was in all 23 episodes of Scream Queens. So yeah, she just has a very... Oh, she was in Hustlers too. I didn't realize that. She was in Scream the TV series. Yeah, she just has a pile of credits, and again, rightfully so, because she does have a good broad range, and her characters are likable. And you know who I would love to see her play? Storm. I think she can pull it. I would love to see her do... She probably has done some more dramatic roles, but I would like to see her do a pure drama, just so I can see her range. And she may have done it already. It's something I haven't seen yet. But because I really feel that she's got some huge range. But yeah, I'd like to... I do follow her for the most part. But again, I didn't get to see this in the theater, but I hopped right on it as soon as it came to theater, to streaming. And Lil Ray Howery's in it. He was in that movie with Ryan Reynolds about the program. Cat Williams has a very small role. And Maud Apatow is also in it. She's probably like the third in the list outside of the guys, of the females. And that is, of course, Judd Apatow's daughter. Gee, I wonder how you got that role. So she's been like growing up, she's been like in every Judd Apatow movie as a child actress. Unfortunately, outside of Keke Palmer, her acting, this is only an average film. It did very well in the theater, but at the same time, there really isn't much to it outside of, here's kind of the day in the life of these down and out people who have some big hopes and dreams. So both of them have these big personalities. We have gangsters in here. We have blood all over the place. I don't know why that scene was in there, man. That scene didn't make a bit of sense across the board. When you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. We got Jordan sneakers. We have art. It's all across the board. But it has a few funny scenes in it. But I wouldn't say it's like laugh out loud funny, and it's not, for me. It wasn't laugh out loud funny. It was very, very over the top, and again, don't take any of it seriously. Is it worth the watch? Yeah, it's worth the watch. Again, it's just an average film that you see coming a mile away, and Keke Palmer carries this thing on her back, as far as I'm concerned. And there's some, side characters that do a good job. Like the girl that played the Payday Loan. I thought she was funny as hell. Her mannerism and the way, her sarcasm really, that really hit me on that. But yeah, so that's it for me. Definitely check it out. I wouldn't say don't check it out. It's a soft recommend for me. I'll put it that way. But more recommended based on the acting. All right. So remember to give me a like and subscribe if you can. If you can share this video out there, that would be great as well. And on top of that, remember to check out my my stuff on Amazon.com. Just type my name in there. You'll check out some stuff that I've written. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. All right, bye-bye.